It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Let's go! We here! Let's go! We hyping up this crowd. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Ray Rock. This is the unofficial TI reunion, and this time I'm on the reunion. So here we are.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Let's
everybody.
go.
Tuesday, man.
Thank you, Ray Rock, for bringing us in to the unofficial Tempters reunion for Temptation Island Season 4. Let's go.
Let's go. It's been a minute since we've seen Ray Rock. It's been since episode 5. We had him on somebody's phone.
It wasn't me this time.
Rude.
So, Ray Rock, how have you been since then? How devastated were you that you weren't a finalist on the show? This was heartbreaking.
I just want to say that everyone knew that was going to happen. I was not making the final day, bro.
What?
I was just there. I wasn't making it. I barely got a date. So the fact that I just made it, it is what it is, man. I knew my fate. Let's just put it that way. I knew my fate.
Man, Max and I had money on you too. It was
Yeah.
this is so disappointing.
I really thought you and Jillian were going to leave the island together.
No, not at all. No.
Things worked out, man.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I gained a new family. I did come in there trying to find love, but I gained a whole bunch of cousins. So so it was a good experience. But it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
We have Paige here.
Hi.
Hi, Paige. Paige, the reunion was a kind of big shock to all of us. During the airing of the show, it didn't seem like you and Luke connected that much. And then all of a sudden, it was like you had this whole kind of potentially sexually charged, maybe not relationship.
Yeah,
with
out of
Luke.
left field.
What is the story here? Was there sexual tension? How explosive was it? Was he gonna leave Iris for you? What's the story?
Well, okay, I think I will say we have to take into consideration that we were filming for 6 weeks. So there's only so much that can be shown on the show, and obviously you need kind of, I guess, a little bit more to show for the reunion. I think from the beginning, like, we had already established at one point that we were the closest in the house as far as from a friendship as well. I guess, yeah, obviously they were. We definitely bonded at certain levels. We told each other things that we probably haven't spoken about very often. So, in hindsight, of course, once you break that barrier with someone, you do get to a point where you kind of considering ripping their clothes off. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, that we didn't want to deter from our friendship and actually learning things, because we all came in the island for a reason, and the Tempties and the people in couples as well. So I think it was important that we also didn't stray from that. I learned a lot about myself, and he learned a lot about himself, and being more open and kind of understanding growth that he needed to have. And at the end of the day, it was, his goal was to be a better person. Obviously there may have been conversations that weren't shown that may have been not the best, but at the end of the day, that is the direction he wanted to be, and we all supported that in the house. So.
And are you still messaging Luke on IG? I think that's the big question.
Not heavily, no.
Are you afraid to like any of his posts? Is that an issue?
Are we? I haven't muted.
Don't leave any words unsaid, dog.
Yeah, just say it.
I have him muted on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I just don't. I don't care. Not in a bad way. I have certain people muted. He posts a lot for his YouTube, and I'm not in e-commerce business, so I don't care to see it.
Yeah, so it's just that.
It's not shade where I'm gonna unfollow him.
Right.
I just like I don't.
You don't want to take his Amazon seller courses?
No. Even if I took the course, I probably wouldn't put it into place. So I'd waste my own money.
I could not.
It would just not be beneficial whatsoever for me at the very least. But yeah, I mean, the last time we spoke, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
That was
Cool.
informative.
I love that.
We have Juicy and Blake, and they are together in the same place. Are you two
my
now
God.
living together?
We are.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Blakey.
Oh,
Yeah, and said, you know what? I found the love of my life, so might as well make it official, right?
Congratulations, guys. That's awesome. Madeline lifted up her hand as if to show a ring, but there's no ring there.
That'd be crazy.
that would be crazy.
Not even a promise ring? Not even a promise ring?
No, the only promise she needs is right.
Now you can go back on Temptation Island as a couple.
Oh, no.
I think it would be really good for you.
No,
two.
Juicy,
That's horrible.
I think we're doing fine.
Both of us.
after the first night, I know for a fact Juicy would get drunk, crazy, get a boat, and go to the other house and it would be over. The show would be over.
He's like, you with that blonde bitch, right?
She'd find a way. Yeah.
She'd have her phone and everything. Like it would not go down right.
That would be really bad for everyone involved.
Yep.
But funny.
Yeah, we
This is Amy in Go TV.
All right.
We'll make
This
it.
is why I wanted to have this whole event. Juicy, why is your nickname Juicy?
I knew you were
What's
gonna
the
ask.
origin story?
Seen that ass?
Honestly, like I made up the name in high school. It's like my alter ego. Juicy's fun.
Okay.
She's cool. Madeline is responsible. She's like a whole different person. So, and everyone always remembers the name Juicy.
That's pretty fast.
That's true.
That's
true.
it?
Yeah,
You made
we
it
were
sound, you
hoping-
were like, wait till you find out why my name is Juicy. And it's just
Oh,
'cause-
trust me, dude. I found out.
My guess was she
No.
loved Capri
Blakey.
Sun, High C.
No, everyone always expects like this really crazy story, and I'm like, honestly, I just made it up.
Oh, man.
Well, it stuck. It worked. Yeah.
I mean, it works. I mean, I am impressed.
Different story to please us.
It does have quite the allure, you know? It's like, why is her name Juicy?
Nobody forgets my name.
Yeah.
Juicy, how was that date? That you went on a date with Luke, right? Where you got to watch him fall on his skateboard throughout the entire. How was it? Was that fun? Was that a fun date?
Oh my god.
Honestly, that was like just not a fun date at all. Like I was in Hawaii and they took us like to this parking lot with a skateboard and they were like, oh, he's gonna teach you how to skateboard. And I was like, okay, like this is probably Georgia, but whatever. So I mean, yeah, watching him fall was funny, but other than that, I was like, this is kind of lame. Like,
Oh, whoa.
Luke to be a letdown.
I mean, it wasn't his fault. He didn't pick the date, but I was like, really, a skateboarding date?
I love skateboarding.
Probably put that. Like, what is your most favorite date? I want to go skateboarding with my girlfriend.
No, the jet ski date was fun, though. That was fun.
Which date was?
That was the first date, the jet ski date.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mhm.
That one was fun. Yeah.
So what happened there with Luke? Because he was, I guess he was just all over the place. He was dating like a bunch of different tempters in the house. Did you ever feel like you had a connection with him, or was it just kind of like, eh?
I mean, kind of like at first we bonded over like similar family trauma, but then a couple weeks in, he just kind of got on my nerves. And he just would constantly talk about Iris. And I was like, if you're just going to keep talking about Iris, there's really no point in this. You can go talk to other people.
Was it pretty clear? Did all of you mostly think that Luke and Iris were for sure going to get together at the end of the season?
Absolutely.
At the beginning,
Yeah.
we
100%.
definitely thought that they were not. But then towards the end, we were like, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Iris said no to George. It was just kind of, she locked herself in the room and we all kind of got it. She knew what she wanted.
What was your thoughts on that when she rejected George?
I Well, yeah.
Oh, he's tearing up.
No, it's just George is a great guy. He definitely had the qualities Iris was looking for, but Iris was in a committed relationship at the time, and she has all this trust towards Luke, and she's trying to fix on that. So she probably felt that George was stopping her from making that foundation rebuild. But I think that she should have given him one more try, maybe another date, because I think at the end she was just kind of jumping around, and we all knew who she really wanted.
Whose computers? That's not mine.
That's not me.
You're getting points every time you say something.
Yeah,
good.
like what?
The right answer, Paige. 3 points for Blake.
Yeah, 3
Alexa,
points.
you're so quiet this reunion. I feel like we heard a lot more from you, Alexa. I keep expecting Alexa to be like, "I was on that date," or I kissed that person.
No, all the dates were lame, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
Parking lot dates.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be
Oh
nice.
no, Ray Rock.
Yeah, like, we're in the same boat.
Alexa
Never
never
got
went
a
on
date.
I never went on one either.
I
Me
know.
and
Oh,
Alexa, same boat.
jeez. See, not cool.
Not
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so Alexa, what was up at this? We've now heard that this, I was going to have to bring this up. You and Lascelles kissed at what we have now learned was we do a lot of really good research here. Was a Halloween party.
Halloween party.
Right? Aren't we good? We learned it was a
You're good.
Halloween
Yeah, You
party.
nailed that one on the head.
Yeah, investigative
Yes.
journalism at its
What was
finest.
what was the context in which this kissing happened? If you don't mind us asking.
No, go ahead. I remember the whole night. It was a fun night. Everybody was hooking up with everybody.
I was there.
And he was single. Me and Juicy were hooking up. Juicy hooked up with like 1 million people. I hooked up with 1 million people.
She says,
Million.
you can't say
Wait. So you and
Made out,
Juicy were
made out. I say
kissing.
hook up, made out.
making out is what she means by hooking up.
Yes.
Okay.
Megan and Lascelles had just like made out. They were dancing together and they made out, like whatever. And then he was dancing on me. And he like turns to me and when he says we were talking, like we're in a club. So like when we're talking, like, yeah, I am in his ear, like talking, but like it's
Yeah.
loud music.
Yeah.
And whatever. So we're dancing a little bit and he goes, I really want to kiss you right now. But like, is anyone like looking? Can anyone see us? And that like turned me off. And I remember saying verbatim, like, I'm not no secret. Like, don't kiss me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I just like, I don't want this to get brought up on the reunion. And like in my head, I was kind of like, that was the farthest thing from my like
He's thinking
head.
pretty far ahead. Yeah.
That makes me
all the
wanna
guys
go
were
to bed.
calculated. All the guys were
Yeah,
calculated in my
facts.
house.
Mm.
I don't want to be rude, but they all were. They were all very calculated in my house.
Right.
Interesting.
Yes, they were.
Oh.
And so we made out. We made out for a little bit. Then the rest of the night, we all went back to Emily's apartment. It didn't stop there.
It did not.
It did not.
Oh,
Wait, what do you mean it didn't stop there?
No.
It did not stop there.
We all went back to Emily's apartment. Juicy was there. I think Juicy was the only one in this that was there. And
Unfortunately.
we're talking. Then Juicy was in bed. Me and Juicy were
I
sharing
was in bed, like about to go to sleep, like curled up in a ball.
and I go to sleep like next to her, and he comes in right in the between us. And I don't even like know how it got initiated, but he starts like feeling up Juicy and like feeling her up and then feeling me up. And that was like the extent of it. Like he just got really handsy with it. And he's like convinced that like I set him up for this big kiss, blah, blah, blah. I was not even the one that told producers. Juicy was, because Juicy just had a yeah, but like, and then producers asked me, and like, as if he treated me so well on the show that I'm gonna lie on his behalf. No, like they asked me about it, and I told them. Oh, that was the one.
Tell them what he said to you on FaceTime.
Oh my god!
Tell us.
It gets
Tell
better.
us.
Always more.
No,
Yeah.
let me
please.
tell you. So we're at the reunion, right?
Yeah, he tried to act like that never happened. Like this.
Yeah. So keep in mind, he's like, what?
So
No.
said that.
We're at the reunion, and let's be real. Like, we know why I'm at the reunion. Like, it's not
To
that
stir up
hard
drama.
to figure out why I'm at the reunion. Like, no offense, there was a reason why Ray didn't go to the reunion. There's a reason why all these other people didn't go to the reunion. Like, he knew very well why I was at the reunion. And we had FaceTimed right before, while we were in quarantine for the reunion, and he calls. We're talking about a TikTok that I was gonna make, and he gets on the phone and like without like flat out being like I'm gonna like say everything. I was like, like I'm at the reunion, like I'm gonna just be honest and like but respect you at the same time. And he literally verbatim goes, yeah, say what you gotta say, do what you gotta do.
Oh wow, okay.
And I'm like, all right, bet.
No, you did.
And I did, and he's like, no, you kiss me, you.
I should never trust you.
So he had
Kiss me
you're telling me he had time to prepare for this coming, and he still gave like 4
Like, he knows why I was at the reunion. Like, it's really not that hard to figure it out.
Wait, so he did like he did at the final bonfire with Ashley, and he was like, "I give you my blessing. Say what you want with your
literally
heart
what
to you." That's what he did.
Literally, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I feel like they both did check-ins like prior to the reunion. They were just like, "Hey, so everything good?" And you're like, "Okay." Yeah.
Literally, yes.
Ray Rock, were you also at this party?
So I was at the party, but I left early because I worked the next day. During the general election, there's early voting, and I work, and I still came out that Friday and
You still
Saturday.
got drunk.
Did
So
you
I
witness?
saw everyone hooking up. and
Did
was
you
like,
witness
"Bye."
the kiss? Did
I was
anyone
there.
else
He's so
here? Was
cagey
anyone
about it.
else here, and did they witness the kiss?
Juicy.
So I don't know about everyone else, but I remember I was leaving, and I think it was like past midnight, and I knew I had work the next day at 6 a.m. I looked over, I saw what happened. I went, "Oh fuck," and I left. I just left. I was like,
Wait, let me ask you this, Ray Rock. Who
Yes.
was I all over him?
in the middle.
Oh.
Okay,
Let's
'cause
put it this
Rock's
way.
like, I'm just a hype man.
I will
I'm just
say.
hype, man. You know what I'm saying?
I will
Hey,
say.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Continue, Ray Rock. I want to know what you were saying.
No, I was just saying, like, I could confirm that what happened at the reunion, that I was there, I witnessed it, and then I left out because not only I had work, I was like, damn, this is
You're
going to be I'm cool with everybody.
Oh, see, you wanted
I'm
to
cool
get
with
out of
everybody.
there.
Okay.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about the aftermath. That I didn't know. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I'm glad you left early, Ray Rock, because you protect our democracy, so we appreciate that
try.
very much.
Yeah.
So
Because we interviewed Trace earlier today at 3 p.m. and
literally
we
just a
asked
few hours ago.
if she had any questions she wanted to ask, and she wanted to know why no one told her about the kiss. Like, why was there a conspiracy and nobody told her? We asked if she had any questions. Did you guys know why nobody told Trace? Like, that's what she felt the most blindsided about. So why did nobody tell Trace?
I think it was for the reunion.
Okay.
I mean that, and like I'm obviously way closer with Alexa. And
Well, yeah.
my
She's
loyalty lies with
with
Alexa.
a lot of the
and,
girls.
So you
Trace-
felt like you didn't really have a relationship with Trace at all at that point.
I mean, we were cool, I guess, but like obviously me and Alexa were a lot closer. So
She
Mhm.
wasn't really that friendly with a lot of the girls. She definitely had a guard up.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think she understood why like you two didn't tell her. I think she just felt like.
Also, in my defense, Lascelles was like, "No, I'm single."
yeah, I did bring Trace up to Lascelles because I was curious. I was like, "What's happening there?" And he was like, "No."
And I
Yeah.
actually went up to Trace in between the reunion because I would never have done that if I knew they were still seeing each other and like talking, obviously.
Yeah.
And I pulled her over and I was like, "Listen, like I had no idea you guys were still seeing each other. Again, we're not friends, so it's not like we're texting each other that I would know
Yeah.
this."
So it wasn't public knowledge that they were still
Yeah.
hanging out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I pulled her over and I was like, if I would have known, I would have never done that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he told me something otherwise. And she actually said to me, she goes, "You shouldn't have put him in that position."
She
I'm
said,
like, I shouldn't have put him in that position. The man should have watched his mouth and
Yeah.
Yeah, not as much accountability for Lascelles there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I will say I think the worst part about that is like he already had a trip planned to go see her like out here like.
Right, but like I didn't know. I had no idea.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sales part. Like,
Yeah, it looked tall.
he did that with already
Yeah.
a plane ticket bought. Like because at one point Trace and I were very close, so I already knew he was coming to visit. I didn't know all the details about this that much prior.
Right.
But like he was planning on like he did it and then was like, "Here my plane ticket. Like I'm about to go see her. So it's just kind of weird that how it played out.
It's wild too that you Lascelles knew before the reunion that this was going to happen, and he still didn't tell Trace either.
Right.
Before the reunion.
I mean, it would have saved him.
That's mind blowing. That's mind blowing.
Ashley, I feel like everyone's like Trace. Like Ashley is very much a part of this too, and I feel almost so bad for her. That was a 7-year relationship that was invested.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Karyna. We have Karyna here too. We want to get her in here.
All right, we've been trying to get to you, but a lot of new information we're learning.
Totally.
Save the best for last. There you go.
I mean,
have you billed Hanya yet, Karyna, for all the sessions that you gave him?
I'm not an asshole, but I said the fans can do it for me.
Yeah. I hope he takes the insurance, or I hope he has the insurance that you accept.
I mean,
I
I
hope he
deserve
doesn't.
it, but
oh, you hope he doesn't, Max.
Yeah, but he has to pay.
Yeah, out of pocket. Thanks.
Yes.
Yep.
Has he reached out to you since the reunion yet?
Yes.
He has.
Yes, we don't. I'm not like really a texter person. Like I didn't know about that whole situation either because I just like don't really communicate. Like I see my friends, like I make trips and like that's when I see my friends, but like over text and stuff, I'm not really good at like keeping up with like people's lives until I see them in person.
Gotcha.
So yeah, like he's reached out and said like hi, and I think he even wanted to have a phone call one time, but I'm like all over the place all the time. Like I'm really not good at communicating. Like he said, you could have reached out too, and I didn't. I mean, I did it on purpose, but I mean, even now, I like barely really say anything, but like I care.
What were you thinking when you found out that Hanya had bought a ring for Ash? Did you think there was any percentage of chance that was going to work out?
Wait, do I like give the tea or
absolutely?
No?
Yeah.
You could if you want. I mean, hey,
I don't know.
No, I mean, Paige knows. They like basically locked me in the room to keep me from telling him that I thought it was a bad idea.
Wow.
Yes, like I felt like a child being punished.
Oh my goodness.
We were not allowed. We were not allowed.
It's Max's girlfriend, by the way.
But anyways, at the same time, I don't know Ash at all at this point. You know, I only know Hanya's perspective of Ash. So like even during he wanted me to listen to whatever that note thing was where they talked to them over for the bonfire. Like the video thing. And when I listened to it, I was like, I think it's a lot of words and it just sounds like story-like or whatever. And he goes, no, this is her. She would like this. She's this way. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, if that's what you're saying. And I think I mentioned the ring and he was like, well, this is her style.
Clearly he didn't know his girlfriend very well.
Right. Like, who are you dating?
Well, he didn't know her favorite color or her birthday. So yeah, there's that too.
It's really question how serious the relationship was.
Yeah. Or at least how one-sided it was. You know what I mean? I feel like Hanya is a great guy and has a lot to work on, but I do think that his relationship was definitely based on what he wanted and what he thought was good for them, or like what she liked, just even based on like the ring decision. Like he's like, she would love this, but it's like, would she, or is that something you would love?
So like he genuinely thought those are the things he would like. So his intentions were good. He just was completely unaware of how he wasn't paying attention in his relationship.
So it wasn't necessarily performative as much as it was just sort of delusional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I will say, this is the only messy thing I'm going to say on this podcast. Okay. I will say the scene that I think they saw for me and for Karyna.
No, point that out.
Okay.
No. Come.
Okay. So the hot tub scene that everyone saw was after we saw the rings, and they said they were going to propose.
Oh.
Wait, what was it again? What hot tub scene?
The hot tub scene from my clip. I think it was in Karyna's too, but that was the night that they showed us their rings and said they were going to propose.
Describe that hot tub scene again for the listeners who don't recall it. Because I'm actually having trouble recalling it personally.
It was just us in the hot tub hanging out.
Okay. hanging out, quote
Yeah.
unquote. Why? So Juicy just did quote unquote. What does that mean, Juicy?
I mean, they were like
Is this the pool boner scene?
on each other.
Oh,
No,
that
this
was
is
wild.
another one.
That was
Another
my
boner
way.
scene.
Oh, so that wasn't the pool boner. It was a
No,
different.
not the no.
It's a hot tub boner.
I'm
Oh, it was a hot tub boner.
Say it, Paige.
what?
Just say it, Paige.
It was just like the scene where okay, at one point the scene where I guess Karyna was on Hanya's lap and I was on Luke's lap and we were
Oh, this was after they bought the rings.
Oh, I see. When he had
Savage.
the couch, boner. Is that what it was, or
No,
no?
that's-
This
No,
was
there was a hot tub.
this was the hot tub boner.
We
Okay,
got
gotcha.
couch on the
A
pool.
lot of erections.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, air bubbles. They were all air bubbles all around.
oh my god.
Paige, I want to circle back a little bit to
No,
earlier when you said all the men in the house were very calculated. Can you elaborate on that?
Well,
please?
okay, I don't have a huge strong opinion with like Edgar because obviously like my opinion, I'll stand alone in this, but my opinion is Edgar, like we had mixed emotions about like where like his head was, but after being at the reunion and kind of seeing how he was just kind of like a dog with his head between his tails, you can see like that it was very genuine, but his opinions are easily swayed. And I think with Edgar, he was very genuine, even though he talked very slow and he loved to cry. And I love that man, but he did love to cry. But
He does talk really slowly.
yeah, he does. But I do feel like the men were very like tried to be strategic. For example, and I'll give examples on all three of the other men. Hanya, for example, like he was strategic in his relationship just as he was on the show. Like obviously in his relationship, he wanted to be in an open relationship and didn't want Ashley to be. But his version of open was him secretly doing these things, having an open relationship. But
It's
like
interesting you say that because actually we had Markel Wahlberg on the podcast and he actually said some similar things about Hanya, that he was almost too smart for his own good and would end up sort of being a little bit manipulative as a result.
yeah, and I think like a percentage of him wants to be a different way, but like the majority of him is a certain way until obviously he starts to learn, especially thanks to Karyna, that that's kind of how he was, where he was like very calculated and then he would get like drunk and then be mean and juicy, but then be very calculated and be like, well, if I'm going to learn how to be with one woman, I'm going to date Karyna. But like it would go back and forth toggling between just like being friends with her and then also telling her he wants to like bone her. Whereas you would have someone like Luke who was used to doing a YouTube channel that, and I know Juicy and maybe even Alexa can agree with this, that he would be having sometimes a genuine conversation, but the second a camera came up, his demeanor changed, his conversation, or immediately it would go back to talking about Iris and not having a genuine conversation so that it looked good. So it got back to her looking, beautiful. And then you would have, Lascelles, who obviously was kind of just mentally swayed on his own. Like he was kind of struggling in general, but obviously there were parts that you didn't see, which we talk about a lot, is where he did make it seem like Alexa was just kind of in his face and getting in the way. Whereas everyone, including the men, saw it on first date pics as he was walking Trace to her seat. He looks at Alexa. I don't even know why they didn't put it in the show. It made for
Either
a good episode.
And they didn't catch it.
He looks at Alexa and he goes, "Don't worry, you're next." And just walking.
Savage.
I'm like, she's crazy for like saying anything.
And then like, wait, excuse me.
We have a cat in the show.
Yeah, we got a special cat cameo.
But like just kind of those sort of things where they were very calculated to where it got.
They don't show that on the show either. And I'm
yeah,
like,
but then for Trace, who doesn't see all of it because she does keep to herself, when he was with her, he made it seem like it was very different. Like Alexa was crazy, or that he wasn't. Like there was even times where like, and I say this very respectfully, I do love Lascelles as a person, but like obviously he's got other things to work on. But there were even times where he would entertain 8 bitches in the hot tub.
I remember that so
Yeah, Trace was talking about this too. He's like, he would have a gazebo full of women while he was telling me that he was dedicated just to me.
He loved it. He loved it.
He felt like he was on the Bachelor.
He literally did. He thought it was Lascelles.
I don't want you, honey. Like, no.
He's like, this whole Temptation Island thing, I can get used to this.
That's what he even hit on me too, and I was just like,
well, yeah. When we had that 3-hour conversation, it started with him trying to like say, oh, like we should date or whatever. And I was like, let's talk about how you're really feeling.
Yeah,
You have to go that therapist card real quick, Adam. But
Yeah.
hold on.
Like,
Let's talk about you.
a conversation on the bench where he like told me like he's gonna focus on traits or whatever. Right, and I don't know why they cut this out either. Right after that, like literally in the same breath, he goes, "I want to flirt with you. You're so nice to look at." I'm like, oh, okay. What?
That's rude.
Personality
Who said that?
Rude, yeah.
This is someone who's been in a relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he never
To be single.
No idea how to.
Yeah. To be fair,
Right,
like,
yeah, he's not the smoothest. Yeah.
I definitely get it. Like, it's a lot. It's like, it's not a lot of opportunity that you'll be in a relationship and you have the opportunity to be somewhere else and kind of figure these things out. But I think that they didn't, at the beginning, it wasn't treated how it should have been. Like, whether it's like actually genuinely trying to explore and like figure these things out and see if there's something else, rather than like treating it like The Bachelor, trying to like have fun. And then later being like, oh my God, wait, like it's back to reality. And it's like, this has been reality the whole time. You've just kind of been playing the game. Yeah. Like, where you need to acknowledge, like, I'm actually looking to see if there's something that's missing or that I need to work better on, or am I out here just to play around? And if that's the case, then just play around and be real about it. Like, if you're playing around, play around, but don't like tell one girl something in the same house.
That was his only downfall, is not paying, like having accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray Rock, what was going on over in the
in
the women's villa
villa?
that we missed?
Oh,
you know?
Yeah,
I
is there tea over there? Like there's tea at the
Any calculation
other
going
villa?
on? You know?
I mean, I'm trying to think right now, Blake. I mean, you're the same house as me. Do you have any tea you think you can think of? I mean, I have a couple of my.
Oh, no, Ray Rock, you want to tell him about the whole Ashley thing?
Yeah, you go ahead. Might as well.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Okay.
Ray Rock staying on the sidelines.
Go about the
Say that again?
The bracelet.
The bracelet. Oh no, the bracelet saga.
The one that you dropped in front of her door?
So,
what?
so,
Wait, what?
so the bracelet saga.
I'm sorry. This is me.
No, we can talk about it. It's fine. It's funny. They got it in the air, but might as well talk about it. So, make a very long story short. So Iris had like a belt, and it ripped off, and she asked me like, can you help me put this on? I was like, yeah. We couldn't put it on. It was just broken. And then Ashley, basically gave it to me. Like first Iris gave it to Ashley. Ashley gave it to me as, hey, look, like I want you to wear this as a bracelet, and when we go on a date, you're gonna take it off. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm wearing this bracelet this whole time, and I just got mad after each date. No offense, Blake, but every time I just wasn't picked. It just kept going and going. I got so mad.
Oh my
that
God, it's like
Blake,
insult to injury. Jeez.
Right.
Weird,
So
man.
I think
we had hour conversations about this. Hours.
so with the bracelet, what was it, Blake? Did I drop it in front of the room, or what was it? I threw it after the Mardi Gras part. I just threw it after a while. Say that again?
I feel like you
Yeah.
were mad at me, man. I felt bad about it. I mean, but hey, guess what, dog? She's single. Lascelles not getting back to that. Hey, maybe she's listening. Ray Rock.
Hey.
Nah, listen, that's
There we go. Matchmaker, bring
I
me a
will say
match.
this though. There's someone in this chat that was technically my first love before all this started, and she knows who she is.
One
So
second.
listeners will be interested about this conversation. So who do you think that was, Max and Ben? Real quick,
Was it Karyna?
it's Karyna.
Ooh.
The first
Wow.
love.
Did you guys not know that?
Hey, dog.
I found
Well,
him
I
on
mean-
Tinder.
On Tinder?
Yeah, Karyna was
Oh, I do remember hearing about that.
Wait, before the show started?
before the
Yeah.
show started. We matched it. We talked. We had like a what was it? A FaceTime date? Type
Yeah,
of
we had a
deal?
FaceTime date, eating dinner.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows
So it
that
was just
I-
completely random. You both going on a Temptation Island. Did you know either of you were going to be on there? Or?
We learned after.
I mean, not really. I mean, but we figured it out.
Wow.
But what's funny is Ray Rock's actually like the only person who's genuinely my type. Like my type is very specific.
You hear that, Ray Rock?
Whoa.
It's fine, brother.
Hey, you never know. Hey, listen,
Chill
you never
playing,
know.
dog.
I mean, Ray Rock, you have the floor. I mean, now's the time to
mean-
speak.
I mean, hey, you never know what could happen. I mean, we're all friends here, but hey, you never know. You know, Blakey and Juicy, they're together, so you never know. I mean,
Ray
hey.
Rock, you shying out. Don't shy out. Don't shoot your shot. Let her know.
Hey, listen, I'm always here. You know, I'm in New York. She's in LA. Hey, well, you never know. It takes one plane ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ray Rock's been on a plane
One
now.
very
It could
long
work.
plane ride.
I have plane ticket right now.
Yes.
Juicy, has Blake written you a song yet?
Actually, he has not.
What the
Blake,
fuck?
Blake.
Oh, Blake.
Is it because you don't have Taylor with you? Is that the
Let's
reason?
talk about how the song got wrote. All right, there was about 30 of us faded outside of school, and we all wrote it together. They're like, Blake, you guys need to sing this to the Ashley. Both of the Ashleys at the same time were like, bet. And we did.
I'm dead.
Play it.
Play it, Max. Come on.
No.
Hold on, come on.
Baby, won't you come away? Tomorrow's not a promise today. It hurts when you in pain. But baby, is it worth the wait?
I was there too. I don't know.
Your great escape. Take you to a
I play in my car on my way to work. I just play that song.
I was thinking,
On loop.
you know how Jersey Shore has that one letter?
Oh, the Sammy and
Oh,
this is like our version of that.
This will be something. This is
That's a
spin-off cast.
I want to ask the guys. There seemed to be just this magnet to the guys' bunks that Tommy had. You know, what was it about the guys' villa or the ladies' villa in those bunks that just kept driving Tommy back over? Did you guys just have fun all night, like telling stories to each other? Did James bench press each one of you at night before bed? Like, what was going on in there? Like,
so what happened was every night, you know, I let the boys, you know, I tell them good night. Did I not, Ray Rock? Told you good night.
I can confirm. Yes,
let them know.
Hey, what we thought.
Good night. Yeah. Ray Rock's like, good night, Blake. We did it every night. The thing was, Jillian slept on the room right beside all of our bunks. So I swear to God, there's some nights that Tommy comes down. It's like, dude, I just don't know, man. Jillian wants me to go in there, and I just don't know. And I swear, Jillian's on the other side, just listening like that. Straight up, whatever he says, like, oh, I'm gonna tell Tommy about this in the morning. like she was, I don't know. Jillian's a character for sure. Tommy was great.
I can confirm this also. Yes.
She said too, because we talked with her earlier today as well. She said that her room was really, really hot too, and you guys had a much cooler temperature.
Yeah, our bunk beds were so cold.
I think we put it like our room at 43 degrees or something.
Wait, what'd you say again, Blake?
We put it at like 42 degrees on the thermostat, but we don't know if the thermostat was working, man. Every single thermostat or clock in that place was telling a different time. So we had no idea what time or date it was or what day it was. It was kind of a trip.
We just knew that when it was nighttime, it was the boys' time to talk. Blakey to do his, good nights. We all said good night. We all laughed. I snored the most, which Blake will tell you. I didn't realize I was the worst snorer until everyone
had night terrors.
Yeah, it was night terrors.
In the middle of the night.
You had night terrors?
Nobody.
I didn't know I did.
Oh my God!
And you were waking up screaming. You were like, they passed on me again. They didn't take me on the date again.
The bracelet.
The bracelet. No. No, what was it? I think Mikey M. Blake. Tell me if I'm wrong. Mikey M. was like, what did he say? He said he was right next to me in the bunks. He was like, Ray Rock, I love you, but shut the fuck up. I think he told me that, like, shut the fuck up. Like,
without a doubt, you were screaming, dude. You woke us all up.
I know, bro.
Yeah, Jillian seemed so befuddled at what the magnetism was to that to that boys' room.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, it was just. you know, a lot of farts, a lot
Exactly.
of giggles, you know, a lot of people yelling. You know, it's just boys.
Pillow fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Will somebody tell us the truth? Why was Taylor voted out in the first elimination? What is the deal with Taylor? What's going on?
I don't even know
So-
why he voted out. I didn't vote for him.
That's
So
what Ray
I-
Rock said. I want to know the truth, guys.
I said it with you guys the other podcast that when I went first, I'm like, holy fuck, like this is the first time we're voting each
Oh,
other
so
out.
you were
And
telling us the truth. You were telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. Like my votes, and Blake would tell you, I voted for Blake. I voted for everybody, but I
You
voted
wanted me
for
out,
people that-
man. You wanted Ash.
Wait, but I voted for those people because I was like, you know what? These people have strong connections with the girls. They're burn votes. So I'm like, bro, let me just throw some burn votes. Pop, 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 pop. I'm out. I would have voted for myself if that was the case.
I
But-
did vote for myself.
You did?
I didn't know you could. I would have done it. Like just to
Yeah,
burn vote myself.
Tommy did too. Just made us all feel bad. He was like the first one to do it. Just like,
Yeah, and
why are you so perfect,
That was you,
man?
Paige.
We want you so mad about it.
I just assumed that when I heard that he gave Ash the fake phone number, I was like, maybe they voted him out for other reasons. Like I just assumed.
Well, I talked to a few other guy singles, and someone told me that Taylor was dirty, and that's why they voted him out.
Like hygiene?
They know, like he
Well,
didn't
he did
do
eat
he
candy
didn't
that
do
night.
dishes.
Oh.
What? I'm over here like, is he not showering?
I love that people are voting people out just based on what they're doing around the house. I love that.
It was too early. It was too early to have like actual, inhibitions for people yet.
Yeah.
maybe.
And so I'm assuming that's why George stuck around too, is because he could cook really well, right?
he was a great cook.
The good cooks are staying. People who aren't doing the dishes are leaving. Yeah.
Dang, Emily should have stayed then.
I know, right? I should have gone. I didn't do a dish, a single dish the whole time.
You didn't do anything.
But she would let us know. She took accountability. You'd come in and you'd be like,
Yeah.
I said, I'm not gonna do it, but
yeah.
In the girls' house, we had girls that were like ready to go. So it made some of our voting like a little easier.
Yeah.
Not all of it. Some of it was messy, but not all of it. But like there were
Megan and Liv are the only messy ones, really, that we voted.
Yeah, some of the girls. I think there was like 3. Was it like 3
Yeah,
girls?
there was Bree, and Riley. They
Yeah,
wanted
they were done. Matter of fact, Riley castrated all the guys in our house as their exit interview, and they didn't show it.
I wish they did.
I know. Yeah, it was really disappointing. All the exit, we didn't get like the exciting people who were like mad that they left or anything or like went
It
out.
was a nice
I wish I
show.
got to see
Nice.
Evan's exit. He's one of the most like animated people we had the entire time. Could you agree or not, Ray Rock? Like Evan was crazy.
He barely got
Evan?
any screen time.
Evan was so mad that I was like talking to Ashley.
So that
Furious.
was it. So
Like
that
one
was it.
night,
So-
you know that one night I was like, I want to see Ashley and Iris like lap dance each other. When I said that, literally Evan sprinted downstairs, went into the confession, started screaming.
Yes. Oh, so bad.
We're like,
But-
what is wrong, dude? Like,
So-
chill out.
So real quick, so you guys asked, was there anything else that happened in our house off camera? T. So one of the T, Blake, you remember this night where we were waiting around the bonfire? And remember the door situation, how it was hot in the van, and I was sitting next to it, and people were screaming, they opened the door, and Evan had a fight. Remember that? Do you remember what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I remember that. That was fun.
That was insane. That I think I think Evan yelled at me for not opening the door, and then people were just yelling and shit. I opened the door. Evan was yelling like, "Why didn't you open the door? It's hot." I'm like, "Bro, I don't fucking know." Like, it was just stressful as hell, bro. Evan made a scene. It was bad. That was bad. Really, really bad, man.
How did that not make air?
Well, it was off camera. That's
Oh,
what
it
I'm
was off
saying.
camera.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we're-
that's too bad.
We were on standby before the bonfires.
I feel like our house had more off-camera stuff that didn't show than not. Like our house had a lot that did. I don't really know why though.
I don't know why.
What
they
else?
did it that way.
Tell Alexa, talk. What
No,
happened?
Remember when Bree and someone else got in a fight with?
I got in a fight with Sam.
Yeah, there was just a lot of fights.
Who?
Oh,
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was so
Who's
long.
Sam?
Paige, who?
I got in a fight with Sam, the girl that
Who?
came back from a different season.
Oh yeah, she got in a
Wait.
fight with a lot of people.
It was
Wait,
a big,
hold
ours
on,
was a
hold on,
big
hold on.
fight
Who?
in the kitchen. The cameramen are like right here. I start crying because I can't hit anybody, so I have to I cry.
We were all watching. We were like,
it was like bad. And then like I think Luke like pulled me away and like
And then
fucking
Hanya
got
like ran
involved.
yeah.
Yeah, Hanya got like there's a lot of like, which I don't really know why. My thing on this, at least with Sam, is like it was such a big deal that they brought someone new. Like this is the first time they brought previous people from a different season.
It is.
To, like kind of shit up, and they didn't show like. I mean, obviously they showed Deke stuff, but like I feel like they didn't do enough benefit for Sam because she was
she was barely in the show.
and she did shake a little bit of shit up in our house. Like she kind of did.
Really?
She kind of even made some of us pissed at each other for no fucking reason.
Well, she created the lingerie party.
Oh, she did. Okay.
I didn't know that.
It was her idea.
I want to know, did
potatoes
anyone in the whole house know who she was when she came in?
Meg did.
Meg did. Okay.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
I think she was
Max
the
and I
only
didn't know who she was when she came in.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking.
Yeah,
you get me every time with that.
No, she had a big scene.
Yeah, I think she had like a big prominent scene, like in
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know because I thought that guy, whatever they did in the shower, I thought he was really hot.
I thought he was hot too.
Yeah.
David.
Yes, that's his name. I couldn't remember.
But he also kind of looks like a other version of Evan from season 1.
I don't know. I think he would have been hotter if he wore goggles in the shower. You know.
Yeah. Do we know why the cells wore goggles in the shower?
That's the other thing. Me and him were talking the entire shower, but you can't see because I'm too short. And
Wait, was he telling you why he wore goggles?
no, I think I just made it fun of him. But what he did say was I had also given him a lap dance at that first party, and he gave me a lap dance. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't show it. And in the shower, I was like, "Could you tell that was me?" And he said something like, "I felt that ass," something like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, me and Juice gave an epic lap dance at our lingerie party. They didn't show that either.
So
is it because it wasn't a lap dance for the soul? Did you need to do one for the soul?
I got a lap dance from Luke in a banana hammock, and they didn't show that.
They really left out some really good stuff.
Yes,
they really did. I think they tried to make it not ratchet, but like I feel like ratchet was
ratchet. I feel like it made it confusing.
Yeah, it did.
You know, like, but I think the premise was to follow like specific storylines, but.
To follow love.
You do that well, so.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Tell him.
I mean, I just thought.
Tell.
Like the show just could have been better.
Ooh.
How so? Elaborate.
Well, one, I feel like caring about what the people came in and how they turned out at the end would be more important. Like, hey, like, let's see how people grow. I don't want to see everybody grow. I don't want to see just one, fucking person say they love somebody 3 weeks in. Cool. What's going behind the scenes? What are they talking about them saying that? I want to hear about that because that's going to be way more interesting than seeing that. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely had like a long spurt of like, there was one day that I was talking with the cells in like the yard for a long time about everything, like Trace, Ash, like what he's going to do and all this stuff. None of that got aired. And I feel like that was like a huge like moment for him to just be like very honest and like transparent about it. And us kind of figuring out where he was, even like in the sanctity of me, like talking with him, knowing that I wasn't going to repeat any of it and him just being authentic. And that wasn't on it either.
I actually asked one of the producers, I was like, why did you cut out why'd you cut out so much of the stuff that made me feel like a certain way or things that I think the viewers should see? And she flat out was like, because love sells and we need to follow like a love storyline. I was like, okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Fake love.
The views.
So basically, you all would have liked more screen time, is what I'm getting.
I think you just wanted to play out.
No, I'm just kidding. I would have liked to see more of all of you too. We're all on the same side.
But just like the storylines in themselves, like even the mess that came with it would have just like
we felt that especially early on in the season, it got a little slow in the storylines, and it would have been better to see some like perspectives. It was like a little slow. I was like, it's kind of like missing something here. Like with the relationships, we needed more reactions to kind of see like how other people felt about it. So I do agree with you, Alexa. One of the main plot lines was kind of that you kept going back to Lascelles and having this same argument with him, or at least that was the way that the edit was shown. So I'm just saying, from the edit perspective, the way it was shown was that you kept going back to him and saying, hey,
Ray Rock's out.
oh, we lost Ray Rock. Hopefully we'll get him back.
He's
But
like, I don't give a fuck.
it was like you just going back and being like, Lascelles, why can't I pursue you? And him being like, I'm with Trace. What was really happening here from your perspective?
Yeah, they cut out so much stuff. So like Paige said, the first date, he basically looked at me and was like, don't worry, you're next. Then when I'm not next on the next date, obviously I'm like, well, why did you say that to me?
Yeah.
We had many conversations where he would tell me and he would tell other people in the house, like Trace and Alexa are my number one. Trace and Alexa are my number one. He would be like, oh, I had my eyes on you. He said something like, you caught my eye at the first date at the reveal. Like he would just say all these things, and then when I wasn't getting a date, I'm like, well, that's not fair. And then when he would talk to me about it, he's like, oh, I just need to figure things out with Trace, and then I'll figure it out with you. But we definitely need our time. And it wasn't until that conversation on the bench where he was like, I just need to focus on Trace. But even after that, like I said earlier, right after that, and they cut it out, he looks at me and he's like, but I still want to flirt with you. I still want to whatever. And I was like, okay.
Oh, Lascelles.
Yeah. And like I said, I gave him a lap dance first at that party, and he gave me one too. It was like me and Trace that were giving him a lap dance. So they did cut out a lot of the stuff that misled me, that made me
Trace played the perfect part. I'm just being honest. She manipulated Lascelles into a way that he thought that he needed to leave with her because that was his only choice.
Yes.
I think she played the whole temptation, island, to the fucking T.
But I think she was also hypocritical because then she's telling Kristen, like, everyone's fair game. Go after, like, whatever. Go after Marissa's man.
Yeah.
No, but she did it as like a, let's see what Lascelles does.
Mm-hmm.
To me though, I will say it feels like Lascelles is the one who's like directly in the middle of all of this. Like
he's definitely a problem.
I think the most accountability has to fall on him because he is the one who's playing with people's hearts here. He's the one telling people he loves them. He's the one that's flirting with other people, even though he's making these much bigger commitments like to Trace. So I definitely understand how Trace would feel a certain way about that, about like him saying, hey, I love you, and then going right over to other women and flirting with them right in front of her eyes. So I totally understand Trace's perspective here too. Yeah. I definitely think the accountability here falls on Lascelles. I think it falls on producers. I think that's kind of where the accountability falls in this situation. That's just my opinion, based on what I've heard.
I don't know, dude. Just from her personality as Trace,
don't look at me.
I don't know. I'm just very tactical with.
She definitely is a possessive person, and I'm sure she's in his ear.
She knew what she was doing and knew how to do what she was going to do.
Yeah, we did see several moments in the show where the ladies were talking about how they felt Trace was being possessive with Lascelles. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He barked up the tree.
I have a question that I'm going to ask each person. It's just a one-word answer. This might be hard for Juicy and Blake to answer, or it's probably easy. But Alexa, if you could date one of the other singles on the cast,
what will Juicy and Blake say?
I don't know. Who would you date?
Oh shit!
Probably James or Tevin.
Oh, I like that. Okay,
I'm gonna call him right now. Yo.
Yeah.
Which one?
Karina, who would you date?
Jeez, do I have to go next?
Oh.
Someone else go.
Okay, we'll circle back to Karyna. Paige, how about you?
Paige, you already know your answer.
It would probably be Mark Wahlberg.
No, say your answer.
Come on, say your answer. Let's go.
Or I'm gonna say it
Mark
for
is spoken for. Robbie.
Say it, Paige, or Alexa's gonna say
Well,
it.
if this I'm just gonna say it. If this person was single, wait, actually, I think I have two. No, All right. Well, can it be from a different season?
No, come on.
No, gotta be this season.
Oh no.
All right, Tommy. I guess if you sing.
Oh, why couldn't Tommy have been here tonight? Oh,
Yo, Tommy.
damn
Tommy.
it. Tommy.
Tommy. Juicy.
Juicy, be careful how you
You
answer
better be
this,
like,
okay?
She's gone up. She's gone up.
Blakey.
She's got some up her
Blake.
sleeve for sure.
Tread lightly.
Blake.
Nice.
There you go.
Good
Blake
answer.
is like,
good
Alexa.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wait, you do my answer?
Blake
Wait.
wants to have
Oh.
kids.
Well, yeah,
Oh my God.
Lucy right there, though.
Okay,
Yes,
Paige
I
wants
need
to change her answer. Let's
I
hear
need to
this.
change my answer. My real answer would be Blake.
Ooh.
Ah. Okay.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Oh shit.
Oh, Blakey.
Ray Rock.
I mean, I think it's obvious. I mean, I already said this person before, so she's
Say
in the
it.
chat right now. Karyna, she's right there.
Yeah, it's Karyna.
Let's go.
Right,
I
Karyna.
just wanted him to
Okay, so
answer
now let's
first.
circle back to Karyna.
Yeah, I just wanted him to answer first.
Aw, this is so sweet.
This is adorable,
What
you two.
I'm so excited for the wedding. This is going to be amazing. Oh my God.
Ray Rock doesn't even want to be on camera right now.
He's like, "Goodbye."
He's sinking down in his chair.
I died.
Did you have any more questions, Max?
Alexa, what was the best party at your villa?
I would have liked to be at the lingerie party, but because I wasn't, I did like the first one with all the sauce and whipped cream and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Karyna, what was your favorite party?
Was it 90s or 70s, whatever?
Oh, yeah.
70s?
Love that
Yeah,
one.
so fun.
Paige, favorite party?
Mine would probably be the Toga one because I'll always remember dumping alcohol from the third story down to Marissa's mouth. All you see is her titties and her face.
Juicy, favorite party?
Slip and slide.
Oh, I forgot.
That's a good one.
That one was good. That one was good.
Blake, favorite party?
Oh man, where I looked like a bear. I was sexy as hell.
The jungle part.
Ray Rock stole the lion, bro.
Oh, the
I literally had two
jungle.
lions.
Yeah.
I put them like this, bro. I wanted to be the lion. The producer said, "Hey, you gotta be the lion." Ray Rock's like, "I'm the lion."
I would be
All
the
right, I
one.
guess I'm the bear, dude. Whatever.
You look good, baby.
I was great, you know,
I think I know Ray
Bear, bro,
Rock's
you look-
favorite.
dude, you look good, bro, as a bear. My
Yeah,
favorite.
thank you,
I-
Ray
Ray, Ray Rock, I think I know
Oh.
your favorite, and I think it starts with a couple of B's.
boats.
Both time, man. Shit. But I will say the field day party, which Blake, by the way, was party. Brian, that party was lit. That was fun. The most intense flag football game that was never shown on TV.
That party got out.
Intense.
It just
That
ended
party
up
was great.
us laying out in the middle of the field, just like twerking on each other. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, producers were like, "Stop playing football. Focus on the girls." We were like, "We want to play though. Focus on the girls." It's so funny. They're twerking.
Have you all played the game Would You Rather?
Yes.
Yes.
We wanted to play a few rounds of that. If you wanted to join us here,
I'm leaving now. Just kidding.
don't worry,
gonna
it'll be
focus.
fun. I
Yep.
promise. So we'll go each person one by one. The first Would You Rather is: would you rather have Luke buy lunch for you, or have Lascelles serve you leftovers? Let's start with Alexa.
Wait, I gotta get it. Hold on.
I guess the cells already served me leftovers.
My dad.
Hi, Alexa's dad.
Hey, Dad.
Welcome to the podcast.
For the show.
Looking good.
You want to try one?
What show? He's
What?
already forgotten about TI.
Answer the question.
You're not on
I-
the talking about.
Answer
Good
like
question.
Hello?
Hello?
Answer the question. Yeah, you're first.
Yes.
I'll answer it. Luke, buy me lunch.
Okay, so you're good with the value meal
Like,
then.
go away.
Good split in the check.
Hey, you're splitting the check.
Okay, well, you're good with the 99-cent menu, I assume. Okay.
Okay.
I can't breathe.
All right, Karyna, same question to you. Have Luke buy you lunch or have Lascelles buy you leftovers?
Yeah, I have no idea how Lascelles cooking is, so Luke can buy me lunch.
Okay, wow.
Whopper Jr. That's for you.
Does he not have money? I did not know this was.
No,
a
he
thing.
does. He just stingy.
It's a running joke in the show.
Just joking.
Paige, how about you?
I would have Lascelles give me leftovers, buy me leftovers.
Give you leftovers.
I heard
tinfoil.
this is a special treat, Paige. I heard he will put your initials in sauce.
I ate
So
I'm
that's
not
pretty
gonna lie,
cool.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I poison tested the spaghetti before Trace got it.
What a good friend.
What a great friend.
Risk your life.
All right, Juicy, how about you?
Do I have a third option or?
Nope, you got to do You got
I guess Luke buy me lunch. I can't do the leftovers. I can't do that.
Blakey.
I go out and have some lunch with Luke. He's a bro.
Great small fries. You don't care, you know.
So I for the reunion, right? I was getting onto the shuttle. Like you have to realize, I saw Lascelles one time. Lascelles. Yeah, I called him that on the reunion the whole time. No one corrected me. No, so I saw him on the shuttle, to go to our hotels and stuff. And he's like, "What's up, Blake?" And I'm like, "Who are you, man?" I have no idea. He's like, I was Ashley's boyfriend. I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." Yeah, so we're on the shuttle together, man.
I'm dead.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, all right, so this is going to be an awkward 14
And then we filmed for 8 hours. You're like, dope.
that was you. I guess you saw a lot of me, didn't you?
Ray Rock, which lunch are you taking?
Hey,
Oh, he wrote it down. I love it. What did that say?
Hey, the first one. Hey, Luke.
Oh,
Hey.
I know. We all just assumed that you were going, hey.
Oh, that too. But hey, my choice out today. Let Luke take me out. He may not pay for it. I may have to buy it. You know what I'm saying? But we'll just go out.
I'm sure it'll still be a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could join his Amazon selling course. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Don't hate on Amazon.
Let me do one more. Would you rather listen to Hanya perform Shakespeare or listen to him talk about everyone's butts? Alexa.
I'm dead.
You really aren't helping the situation at all. I guess the butt, because I can't even fathom him talking about Shakespeare.
Wow, it's that bad. Okay.
Yes.
Karyna.
For learning purposes, I'll pick Shakespeare.
Okay. Paige.
I'm going to go butts for sure.
Okay. Juicy.
I love a good butts.
Okay. Blake.
Girl.
Oh, I'm all about that ass, man.
Blake, I have a juicy ass, by the way. Blake, I have a fat ass. So.
Oh yeah, they all do.
Same, bro.
Same. Yeah. Ray Rock.
Keep writing.
Oh, he's writing it down again.
Ass.
Yes, that was amazing.
And I have a follow-up question for.
Was that the original A?
Yeah.
He just added to us. Yeah.
I have an important follow-up question for Karyna.
Do you think I don't think your butt is amazing?
This follow-up question.
Do you not think that's
Oh man,
You got.
Oh my god, that was so good.
I'm crying.
We've played that phrase so many times on the podcast.
It's
Oh my god.
the most played clip by far.
Yeah, you pushed the wall too.
It was-
Do you don't think your butt is amazing?
We also played the magical one. Do you have that one, Max?
Oh, the bet. Yes.
I don't feel very magical right now.
Oh my god, that's gold.
So good.
He also breaks into a French accent sometimes. Hear this one.
How could I forget?
Why is he
How could I
speaking
forget?
in a French? Is he speaking in an accent?
I do that too.
It's not the same
How
thing.
can I
Yeah,
forget?
not in
How
French,
can
but
I forget?
I don't know what accent it is.
I was not
Hanya.
sure what was happening. I think it's from a show or something.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Ooh,
we're running past an hour now. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. This was honestly, it was a blast. It was exceeded our expectations by a mile. It's so funny,
Oh yeah.
so fun to get to know you guys even better and hear all the tea that was dished. So we really appreciate all of your
Yes.
time and coming on the show, and we appreciate your engagement with us in our bingo drinking games and everything all year or all season. You know, we
you
just that was
Yeah.
us.
That's
I
dumb.
love the bingo.
I love it.
I feel like a lot of it was hated towards me. I was a simp the whole time.
A lot of it was what?
I felt like I was a simp on your guys' bingo boards.
Well, we love you.
We love you, Blakey.
We
Look,
love it.
Life.
Hey, you know what? I
Blakey.
feel like if anyone won the show, it was definitely me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aw.
You guys won this season.
Good.
Hey, where's who's got the ding again? We gotta give points to
There you
Blake
go.
for that one.
2 wins of Ti.
Ray Ross.
I'm the biggest loser. That's for sure. Big loser.
No.
No,
No, the bingo games, they were all in good fun. We don't know you, you know.
Wait,
Yeah,
Ray
there
Rock's the
was-
most famous one. He has a fan page. You guys haven't
Yeah,
seen it?
that's true.
Oh,
Wait, Ray Rock has a fan page?
It's like with his mom's account.
I do. Oh shit.
I don't have one.
Well, I'm gonna be joining that fan page immediately after this show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Look
go
it
check
up.
it
It's
out.
there. It's not
Hell
me.
yes.
Everyone thinks it's me. It's not me.
Well, let's close this out. Follow all these lovely people on social media. We've tagged them in all of our stuff. Follow us at Reality Alert Podcast and subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll see everybody very soon. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yes, we will. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to be interviewing Ash. So we're going to
Woo!
get her take on everything that happened this season.
Yes,
I'm
Ash.
guessing it's going to be an awesome interview.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching. I'll be watching it. I'll be
Yes,
watching it.
at 2 p.m. EST. So, yeah. So thanks again, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Go. Next time again.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Oh, Blakey.